Hey, I just I'm at a loss as to what to talk about. I guess, like, most Americans, I guess I'll talk about my possessions, I suppose. I got some more books on Amazon. Here's an interesting book. It's called Fantastic Planets. It was published in 1979, and it's basically a compilation of like movie stills and stuff from I guess actual NASA pictures and stuff from early motion pictures. And I think there's some pulp magazine art, various depictions of the future. This is what we did back in 1979 before we had Google. We would buy anthologies of things. We couldn't just punch in future cities and get like a bunch of Google images, so we had to buy fucking books like this with reprinted material in it. And I got a bunch of Windsor McCay books. The first one I got is just some of his rare but fiend comics from the early 19th century. I like this edition. It's Dover, I believe, because it's nice and big, easy to look at. Like his drawings. And I got a few other books, Windsor McCay's work, but they got more material in them, but they're printed considerably smaller, and I wouldn't have minded this, like say 20 years ago. My eyesight was excellent. Now, my eyesight's still good, but I'm getting older, so it's sort of a bit of a strain to look at this small stuff, some of this type is like so small, the letters are starting to kind of bleed together, especially in the heavier fonts, It's kind of hard to make out the individual letters. But these are good anthologies. This is part of a series. I forget how long it goes on. I got like a couple editions from this, not editions, but volumes from the series. And I think the series goes on into the tens of books. I don't know if it goes up to 50 or not. But Windsor McCay is very interesting. I'm sure you immediately notice his excellent draftsman skills and drawing skills. But also, I believe he made the first animated motion picture. I think it was Gertie the Dinosaur. I think was it 1903, 1906? I'm not sure, but I believe he made the very first animated cartoon, which was quite an innovation, and we all take that for granted now. But he was the first person to make pictures move. Now, this other book I finally got. I always wanted this book. I talked about that Theodore Sturgeon novel he illustrated, More Than Human, on another video, and I was talking about how I didn't think it was really his best work, that he did better. And I got this is like a sort of retrospective of his career. Alex, that Filipino guy I was talking about, and this has a better selection of his wild stuff. Let me see. There's this particular. See, I guess he did some illustrated. Oh, this is what I was talking about. That when I first saw his work in Heavy Metal magazine, he did that sort of trip story, I guess, and I forget what it's called. It's called Tap Dancing on a Tender Cerebrum, and I think he might have actually wrote it too. I don't see any other credits other than his name at the bottom. And anyway, so this is interesting drawing, kind of sort of a free-form work of art. A lot of strange things you can see going on in here. So this is what impressed me when I first saw it. I think back in I didn't see it until I think maybe 1980 or 1981, and then after I saw this, I was pretty much hooked on his work. And then when I got into the Warren magazines,